The Roman centurion sat beside his servant's bed. The fever had completely overtaken him, and there didn't seem to be much time left. Although the Roman official was high in the ranks of the greatest army in the world, he was not above caring for those he cared about. The servant who had risked his life so many times to aid him in battle was on the brink of death. The finest doctors the Roman Empire had to offer could do nothing. However, the centurion knew there may be one man who could help. He had heard rumors of a Jewish teacher going around the land healing people. Upon further investigation, this man seemed to be the fulfillment of old Hebrew prophecies. Whoever he was the centurion's last hope to heal his servant. So he called for his officials and sent them to go find the man called Jesus. Jesus was walking about Capernaum, meeting the needs of people around him. All of a sudden, Jesus was stopped by some Jewish elders who had been sent by the centurion. "Jesus, we ask humbly that you would come and see this man's servant. He is not like the other Romans. He cares for our people and is worthy of your attention," they said. "Very well," Jesus said, and he left with the elders to go to the centurion's home. When the Roman heard that Jesus was on his way to his home, he became nervous. He did not think of himself as worthy for Jesus to make the trip over to his home. So he sent a servant to stop Jesus from coming. With the servant was a message saying, "Please, Lord, do not trouble yourself. I am not worthy to have you come under my roof. I am a Gentile and represent the oppression of Rome. I am a man of authority. When I tell my men to come and go, they do so without question. I know you are also a man of great authority. All you need is to speak, and my servant will be healed." Jesus marveled at the faith of this centurion. He understood the profound reality that Jesus' miracles did not come from magic tricks or special rituals. He held the authority over all things. Jesus turned to his disciples and said, "I have not seen such faith from anyone in all of Israel." So Jesus departed, and the messengers returned home to find the centurion's servant healed and well. Soon afterward, Jesus traveled to the town of Nain. A large crowd followed Jesus wherever he went. However, when he arrived at Nain, people were surprised. Nain was a desolate and ugly town. It was dirty and filled with crime. However, Jesus walked with purpose behind each step. He went nowhere on accident. As Jesus entered into the town, a line of people were exiting. They were all wearing black, and a man was being carried out of the town to be buried. He was the only son of his widowed mother. Now that he had died, she was utterly and completely alone. Jesus watched as the people walked out of the city. Then he saw the man's mother. Her eyes were red from tears. Jesus could feel her pain deep in his stomach. Watching her mourn over her son was heart-wrenching. Jesus was filled with compassion. He held the woman in his arms. She wept bitter tears of sorrow. Jesus' disciples watched as Jesus comforted this old woman, like a father would his daughter. "Do not cry," Jesus hushed. Then he approached the men holding up the dead son and stopped them from walking. Jesus touched the dead man's chest gently. "Young man," Jesus whispered, "I say to you, arise." And just as in the valley of dry bones in Ezekiel, the word of the Lord caused new life to spring forth in the young man. His lungs filled with air, and he sat up from his stretcher. A wonderful fear came over them all as they watched the once dead man walk to his mother. She crumbled in his arms, sobbing deep tears of joy. Jesus smiled as he watched the two of them embrace. Then he gestured for his disciples to follow him out of Nain. Report of Jesus' act spread like fire fueled by wind. People from near and far could not help but travel to get a glimpse of Jesus. The great hero of Scripture was now known. History would never be the same.